Hey guys, Truetalk here, and today we're going to be talking about the second episode of Arrow. So in the very beginning of the episode, we see that Oliver comes to work, and as we saw last episode, a picture of him as the Green Arrow was leaked. So there are obviously a bunch of reporters there trying to get him to talk. And he obviously denies that he is the Green Arrow, and what they did in the episode was they had him name drop Bruce Wayne and the city of Gotham. So, this confirms that there is a Bruce Wayne and a Gotham on Earth 1. I don't think there have been Easter eggs for other Earths. There's been plenty of little nods on Supergirl, which is Earth 38, and there's been on Earth 2 we saw that one of the names on the phone was Bruce, but there have never been like a blatant confirmation or this blatant of a name drop of Gotham and Bruce Wayne on Earth 1. So they do exist. And obviously people were freaking out about this the other day. The next thing that I want to talk about is that the FBI have come to Star City to investigate. And obviously by the end of the episode, the crisis is averted as Felicity and Curtis have discovered that the photo was doctored, but I mean, we all know that he is the Green Arrow, so the FBI agent is still going to be investigating, even though, according to the news and, the latest whatever, the news reported that it was a doctored photo. But this is going to be an ongoing thing in this season. This FBI agent is not going to go away that easily. The next thing in this episode that I want to talk about is Anatoly. So we see, also towards the beginning of the episode, Oliver showing some investors from Markovia around a warehouse-looking area, and they get attacked by Anatoly and his men. I'm not sure if this is the Bratva, because later on in the episode, Anatoly says that he was exiled from the Bratva because of his relationship with Oliver. So I don't know if it's technically still the Bratva or just his Bratva, because he and maybe his friend or like his men that have been loyal to him are exiled. So he's here to try to get some money out of Oliver, which in the end doesn't happen, and he ends up killing one of the investors. The next thing in this episode that I want to talk about is Oliver and his son. So we see that his son is had a little trouble at school and got beat up by some older kids because of the news that his father, aka the mayor, is Green Arrow, and talking about how he's not there to save him. So, I thought it was funny that Oliver gave his son some unconventional advice and told him to punch them in the nose next time. So I'm interested to see where this is going to go. I kind of feel like maybe by the end of the episode, by the end of the season, we'll see Oliver's son in the Arrow Cave, or like to see the Arrow Cave at least maybe, or maybe train a little bit with his father. I don't know if we're going to see him full out, become part of the team, but maybe, I think William is going to see the Arrow Cave at some point. And also this episode, one of the things that him and his son were dealing with was his son telling him that he doesn't necessarily like the Oliver's the Green Arrow. I mean, yet he knows. But he's worried that his father's not going to come home and he's going to be left by himself. So that's something that Oliver has to deal with. And at the very, very end of the episode, we see Oliver kind of pass the mantle on to Diggle. So that should be interesting. Next episode looks like it's going to be Diggle as the Green Arrow for a little while. I don't know how long this is going to last, but there have been reports that it's going to be more than one episode, so maybe a couple episodes, maybe up until the 2-episode arc when Deathstroke comes back, but definitely before the crossover in episode 8. Oliver will be the Green Arrow again by then, definitely. The very, very, very last thing that I want to talk about and bring up about this episode is Anatoly was not the one to release this photo. And the photo was doctored, but they don't know who released this photo. So I'm thinking that this is an attack or the inklings of Helix coming back. Because we do know that Helix does know about Felicity and all the team and who they are in real life. So I'm thinking this is how Helix and Caden James, who is the leader of Helix, is going to come back to Arrow. And we also see that Felicity and Curtis are going to start a tech business. So this is going to also come into play, I think. I think Curtis and Felicity are going to be going up against Helix this season, and that's going to be their specific, villain for the season that they're going to have to overcome. Now let's talk about the episode 3 description for Arrow, titled Next of Kin. DC character Onyx visits Star City. A rogue Black Ops team led by Onyx breaks into Court Industries and steals something lethal. Oliver struggles to connect with William, so he reaches out to a surprising source for help. So, the first sentence, Onyx should be interesting. We're going to be seeing her this episode steal something from Court Industries. I feel like Court Industries gets broken into and stolen from all the time between The Flash and Arrow. So they're probably really, really upset about this. But nonetheless, they get broken into. Some of their tech is probably going to be tech that Onyx is stealing. Next part of this description is Oliver struggles to connect with William. So we're going to see Oliver continue trying to break down and connect with William as a father and try to be the best father that he can be. So, interested to see what this episode's going to be about. We also know from the promo that this episode is going to be, we're going to see Diggle as the Green Arrow and kind of running the team. So that should be interesting to see. See how good he is compared to Oliver, because the promo kind of insinuates that he's not going to be as good as Oliver. So we'll have to see. As always, guys, my blog and social media will be linked in the description. Follow my blog for all my blog posts for all these shows. And as always, happy Friday, and let's talk.